What is up, everybody, and welcome to another replay review. Huge shout-outs to Eli for submitting today's gameplay. This is Gold 4, but there are plats, there are silvers, and there are golds in here, and it was just recently played, so it is crazy. You could have people in here who are Diamond and Onyx level with all the crazy matchmaking stuff that happened at the start of CU29. Okay, real quick, few things to note. The macro level stuff to go for now with the new updates. Thrust is top center. Overshield. And then the heat wave, which is bottom center right here. Those are the three big macro items to contest. Off the break, we run over here to Yellow Gen. Callouts also for me are a little rough on on Aquarius. I got Car 1, 2, 3. I got P1, P2, then top mid, and then of course the courts. So Aquarius as a map, like I said, is really tricky to play. It's a lot about this top center control, and it's a lot about helping your teammates out with angles, especially in Slayer. So top mid, controlling top mid is extraordinarily important, but do remember this, top mid is crazy exposed. So in order to mount some of the aggression that you need to, especially to get flanks going, or if the other enemy team has top mid control, don't be afraid to use some of the bottom of the map as well. Just don't spend a lot of time out here in these death zones. So let's continue on. I did watch this replay once through, and honestly, Eli slays really well in this match. It's one of those games where it's going to be hard pressed for me to find too many things. And he also pings. This is a huge, huge props. Careful, man. Careful. I would just bail if you can. Yep. Almost got out of there in time. If you bailed a tiny bit sooner, that would have been beneficial there. All right. So thrust is huge in Slayer. If you think about it, anything that gives you an advantage to win a gunfight is a big, important thing. Shifting over here to give some support on P. Nice shots. Oh, how did you not die right there? Okay, but the teammate comes in. Excellent with the double. Oh, careful. All right, now it's time to chill. Just chill. We got to get shields back up. Going for the flank. I like this quite a bit, but quick note here. You see in front of you, no teammates. No teammates on your right. You are leading this charge, so do be aware. You're probably going to push into a major spawn. You just got the double kill, and it looks like one of your teammates also got the third. So you're going to have three people coming off spawn, all in a tight timing. This is why it's so useful in replays. You don't get to see the kill feed, but watch that kill feed and pay attention. If you just rocked 3 down, yes, taking space is important, but if you're leading that charge, remember, a lot of those spawners could be coming off spawn, and they're likely going to be grouped together. So again, let's jump it back for a second. You took those 2 out. I think the teammate takes out the third when you come up here for the flank. I guess he doesn't. He just falls back. But anyway, pushing with your team. Sort of awkward play, but fundamentally I agree with it. Nice. Nice. I'd still be cautious. All right, man. I'm wondering if you're on mouse and keyboard. Kind of looks like it, or a high sensitivity. Oh, 2 there. Get out, get out, get out. Just get out. And I think you're out of nades at this time. So yeah. Definitely always be looking at your utility. So if you don't have any grenades, unfortunate. Oh my goodness. This is why Aquarius feels so tricky to me, because when there's a split spawn, a lot of times you can just get pinched super easily. All right, gets the jump. Now we're controlling top mid, but you're always looking towards your teammates, which I really appreciate and I like. Nice cleanup here. It's important to note, okay, Slayer, think about it. More so than even the other game types, you need to be hyper aware of what's happening with your teammates and supporting them. So your guy just got killed right there. I think he meleeed the person, so you have an easy one shot to clean up if you were to investigate. But you're in a tricky position. They're like all 4 just pushing the P lane, which is kind of funny. Nice. Okay. Easy nade, and now just holding top mid, which is great. Looking back on your teammates. Nice job, man. But then dropping is an interesting choice right here. So this lovely top mid control, making sure that you're looking back. I mean, this would have been a phenomenal moment. Yeah, you're low health, but I probably would have stayed up here and tried to control. You hear the gunfight going on behind you, and I just rotate back here. But again, it's so easy to say all of this in the replay mode after the fact. Just remember, if we do this with one of my replays, I'm trash, okay? Even on some of my good games, I look back on the replay, and these outlines make it seem so easy, right? When you can see where the enemies are, you're like, oh, duh. But in the heat of the moment, it's really, really challenging. So playing for your teammates is everything. You got to support, you got to clean up, And you got to do that consistently. A lot of times people will say in the comments like, hey, I played really great and my teammates let me down. This is definitely one of those games where you slay pretty hard and your teammates do let you down a little bit. But if you're consistently making the right decisions over and over again, the fundamentals are there, you will see that growth over time. And the pings. Love the pings. Okay, so quick game state check. This is always important. OS is up in 30 seconds. You've got two teammates down. You've got a few options here. You know you're being pressed on him, but you have a decent amount of time. You can decide to try and push up here to support. Oh, it looks like one of them is down right now. Maybe you'll get there in time, but it's really important at this moment right here. If you're not going to support, we need to stay alive, apply pressure, and buy time because we don't want them getting a free OS. Slayer is almost always like a game of inches, not miles, right? It's such a small margin in between who wins and who doesn't, and it generally comes down to who was helping and cleaning up the kills. So you hit this dude with your sticky, got a bunch of good splash damage on him. If you wouldn't have looked back for your teammate spawning, you would have had an easy cleanup kill right there. Well, you still got the cleanup kill. Nice job, man. Sick play. Little gunfight trades here. Okay, and how are you looking on the OS? 6 seconds. Okay, at this moment right here, I would probably be dropping down to go look at OS or to try and get into a little trade fight with the person who's grabbing it. Yeah, unfortunately, they end up getting the OS out of that trade, and that's a big momentum shift in their favor. Also, we know that thrust is going to be up really soon. So that's a piece of equipment that's worth paying attention to. Again, at lower levels, right, you may not be able to convert it into anything more than just surviving a gunfight or two. But it all counts. It all adds up here, especially in Slayer. All right, heads over car. Picks up the plasma pistol. Don't usually see that. It's underrated. It can be very strong. Okay, so sort of a weird solo push here. At this moment, thinking about this map as a giant set of like a big rectangle, essentially, you're locking down this spawn, which means they could spawn there. Or they're going to spawn close to your teammates, and you're sort of flipping the spawns at this moment. You fall back. I think you realized, like, you made the big solo push. They easily just wiped your team because they were marching 3 or 4 people across the map. Charge shot. Ooh, excellent charge shot right there. Oh, okay, super good teaching moment right here. So the spawn that you were holding down is now your spawn. We can very safely assume that the team is going to be weighted to the opposite portion. So you've got a good opportunity with like spidey senses to just sort of assume where the enemies are going to be. And instead of looking at your teammates, I like this move back to top mid. I do like this move. Teammate just died though. You've gotten all the intel that you need. Not there. Not there. Teammates, you've looked at them right behind you. You've got to have a sense at this point that you're about to push into multiple of them, and you need to be cautious at this time. Your teammates have not gotten up here just yet. Good cleanup. Again, we keep looking back, not at the fight, but towards our teammates. That's maybe just an awareness thing, where they're doing a really good job of like buddy system sticking together, and I think that sort of parade push is letting them win this game. If you were with your teammates a little bit more, nice, see, easy cleanup right there. Marking, I think it's beautiful. Stayed in the fight just maybe a little bit too long, but your teammates, you did a pretty good job there. Yeah, again though, look at how the enemy team is literally just total buddy system playing together. At this moment right here, it's a lot of people. My goodness, dude. Yeah, sliding into 2 or 3. That's one of the heat of the moment things where you just got to have a bit more restraint. All of us are guilty of those challenges where it gets desperate, or we're like, I'm just going to rush in. We have to get the kill. They're 11 kills up on us right now. But we missed out on the next really important moment of the game state, and that was the OS spawn. Thankfully, your teammate got a nice spawn. Did he pick it? No. Oh, no. Brutal. Oh, what a bummer, dude. He ran right past it. That's crazy. Also, I don't know why, but we got the world's smallest bandit Evo crosshair just a second ago. Theater mode bugs are insane. Dang. Oh my gosh, this little set of 3 kills right there. Throw-in the sticky. If you had the awareness and you knew he was there and you just absolutely like nuked the OS player, hats off. That was super sick. All right, now we have map control. Half shields. I don't think you've put any damage into him. Nade 1. Nade 2. That's tricky right there, but at least you had your teammate with you. And your teammate just said whatever. The other teammate said whatever. Oh, that's, you know, those are those moments where obviously if this was a more serious game, you had teammates you were calling out, that stuff gets cleaned up. But this is solo queue matchmaking, so you gotta deal with the cards that you're dealt. All right, let's keep watching. Push in. Get one. Half health, half health, half health. Still rushing and pursuing. Goes for the cleanup right there. Ends up working out, but you're quite aggressive. Nothing wrong with that, of course, but at this moment, you can't afford any deaths. With you guys being down so much, every single death is like losing an objective, you know? It's a big opportunity to lose map control. Nading your teammate, sort of unfortunate, and again, just a general lack of awareness right now of what's happening on the map. Yep. Hold on to those nades. They're precious. Discovery nades usually are a bad idea, just throwing them out there. Ooh, tricky fight right there. You had the initial few shots and then dropped the rest. It happens to all of us. It's all good. And OS is going to be back up again, but I think the game's going to end before that last OS happens. Okay. I'd be a little cautious with some of those nades in the middle of the fights. They're usually a really good tool to stop somebody from pressing on you or to clean up somebody that you absolutely know you can take out. So not a bad game. Honestly, I see you as, you're probably like a plat or diamond player, I would imagine, outside of this weird season. Because this definitely looked more like a plat match to me than like a gold match. If we were to just sum it up, the enemy team did a really phenomenal job pushing as a team. But there's a real weakness when a squad literally pushes everybody down a single lane. And that is if you can take map control up on some of these opposing angles and provide cross shots on them, you immediately get free map control, because if you get any sort of a wipe, they're going to get a split spawn and it's going to be really tough for them to regroup. Didn't see much interest in the equipment. Heatwave, I don't even know if anybody picked up Heatwave the entire game. This thing is so good. Don't sleep on Heatwave, especially if you're an aggressive player. And then finally, OS is king. Those 3 things in unison will give you a really good shot. Now, like I mentioned, we didn't see a whole lot of this game, you taking map control and then applying pressure and supporting your teammates from up here in top mid. And that really is what dictates the success of Aquarius. Holding a setup and just applying so much pressure. You would think, since Aquarius is such a simple symmetrical map, it's one of the easier ones to predict in the pool. Like I said, I find this to be like such an unstable, super intense map. Even when you think you've got control, it can be really easy for an opponent to spawn behind you. And you just need to be hyper aware. Where are my teammates? What are they doing? And what is the game state? And how can I best support them? I mean, overall, I think you're a solid player. It just comes down to sort of paying closer attention and predicting where the opponents are. And when you do these sort of solo pushes, they need to have a really strong intention behind them. If you're not going to move with your teammates and you're not going to hold the map control points, the power positions, you need a really specific reasoning for it. Oftentimes at high level, you'll see somebody push like a corner away from their teammates in a direct attempt to influence the spawns. I would say that's something that people in plat just generally aren't like that aware of. Like in plat, it's really good to just start out by thinking and trying to predict generally where is the opponent most likely. And then as you learn more, you can influence those spawns. And it's not too crazy, but you'll see it a lot on live fire, right? Somebody's going to be like, all right, I'm going to hold or block this particular spawn so that they don't get flanked or they don't lose an angle that they know would blow up their setup. And that is something that is useful, but probably not until you're going to get, like I said, closer to the diamond positioning. So anyway, Eli, thanks for the replay. I super duper appreciate it. So once again, thanks for watching this replay review. As always, everything this series is just my opinion. I'm not a super great player. I'm somebody who's been, trying to learn and improve and understand fundamentals for a long time. But like I said, if you're in that silver, gold, plat range, I think I've got some things that can hopefully help you out. If you're enjoying the series, please let me know. Drop a like. And if you would like to see more, also let me know. Watch the community tab on the channel for opportunities to submit for the next replay review. I really appreciate you all. I hope you're having a great week, and I will see you again very, very soon.